the international superstar. He's burning up the charts with the new single, selling out his very sexy Las Vegas residency, and steaming up the TV screen, starring in the assassination of Gianni Versace. The multi-talented Ricky Martin is here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No,
Super cool.
Ricky,
Yes.
there's a picture going round of you, Elton John, Miley Cyrus, and Lionel Richie from the
cool.
Oscar party.
Very special moment.
Now, I think that you guys got into a lot of skullduggery that night. What was going on?
Tell me what's called. Tell me again. I'm a good boy. I don't do bad things. No. You know, I'm sober. I don't go crazy. We had a great time.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Okay, I'm still recovering, to be honest.
That's what we want to hear. Yeah, because
I mean, we were celebrating. I mean, it's celebrating art, celebrating music.
Sure.
Obviously, the work of amazing actors that did beautiful. Thank
Ricky, you left quite an impression on another Oscar party goer that night, Olympic skier Gus Kenworthy, because yesterday he posted a Missed Connections parody ad titled "Living La Vida Lonely." All right, let me read you what it says. He writes, "Us. We were wearing black Ralph Lauren tuxedos. Mine had little cowboys on it. You were also both wearing tuxedos because, well, it was the Oscars and everybody does. You and your husband stood out, though, partly because you're both gorgeous, but also because you're literally Ricky Martin and Juan Josef.
Yeah.
The four of us chatted and laughed, but then sadly got separated in the chaos of the Oscars. My boyfriend and I searched for you both for the rest of the night, but never found you again. In town for a week. Let's connect.
Of course we're going to connect. That is so cute.
Isn't that funny?
Come on. And clever.
Yeah.
It is.
That is so special. I mean, he's a national hero. Give me a break. Are we flattered? Yes, we are. Hey. And of course we met. It's one of those things you hang. You have a great time and you meet so many people and we'll definitely connect, Gus. I love you, brother. Of course.
You about this photo that you recently shared. What is the story?
What's happening? No. This is the opening of my Vegas show.
Wow.
Just to set the atmosphere. Just a little bit.
That's a great set.
That's as far as it goes. A disclaimer, I just want you to know.
That's far enough.
Yeah. Great dancers, great musicians, and a very beautiful production. But I just wanted to set the atmosphere a little bit. I'm just looking at the monitor.
It worked.
Well, you set the atmosphere.
Yeah, it worked because people are writing comments like, I better take a closer look, or that ass. OMG. Did you ever think your butt would be trending on social media?
I'm telling you, I'm not afraid of nudity as long as it's done properly and it's done with class. I mean, of course, you know, it could be taken out of context, and that's not what I want. But if you see the show, it makes sense with what I'm saying. Yes, it's you know, we try to push a little bit the limit.
Yeah.
But it's a very musical, very elegant, very classy show, and I'm very happy to be part of the roster of artists. It's important. It's very important for me. I'm having the time of my life right now with this show.
And the proceeds from the show, all in, go to a very good cause. We should also say that the latest leg kicks off March 15th, the fourth leg. But where do proceeds go to?
Well, I'm from Puerto Rico, and unfortunately, we're still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. And if you come to Vegas, $1 of your ticket will go to the victims. And what I want to do is build homes. There are so many families just in one region, more than 150,000 families lost everything. And we are still dealing with this. And we are U.S. citizens, and we need your help. Yes. But the beautiful thing is that people like you gave me $5 here, $10 there, $15 here, and we've made it almost to $4 million. So it's all because of you. And we have to do this. And this is only the beginning. There's still so much that needs to be done. Still in the island, there are 100,000 residents without power.
Wow.
Still. I mean, if we spend one night without power, we go crazy. Imagine 6 months. So that's what we're dealing now, and we're fighting. And once again, thank you so much for everything you've done.
That's
Thank you. It's insane.
Well, you have adorable 9-year-old twins named Mateo and Valentino.
Yeah.
Have they been to the Vegas show, and what kind of feedback have they given you?
You don't understand. They are my biggest critics. And they go, Dad, last night you did this dance that was better the night before. Focus on it. And I don't think they know how deep they are or how deep they can get into my self-esteem. I'm just kidding. They're amazing. They're amazing. They come with me everywhere. I mean, I decided to be a father, and I'm very lucky because I have grandparents that are really hands-on.
Oh, nice.
And they fight with me because I don't take them back to Puerto Rico as much as I should. But we're working, and if I'm on the road, they come with me, and we have tutors that travel with us.
Oh, I love that.
And they're healthy, and they're happy, and we're great. We're in a really good place.
The latest leg of Ricky's Las Vegas residency once again kicks off March 15th at the Park Theater at Monte Carlo Resort and Casino. For information on how to get tickets and to find out more about Ricky's foundation and his Puerto Rico hurricane relief efforts, go to thetalk.com. But don't go away. We're going to have much, much more with Ricky Martin when we come right back.
You decide this without consulting me.
Consulting you? Okay, I'm consulting you. What would you advise?
Yes, what would you advise?
This is your idea. You want to be famous, known around the world as Versace's lover.
For 13 years, I've been mistaken for Jenna's assistant.
And your pride is more important than this company.
I've lived unseen.
In great comfort, that's for sure.
I never imagined being publicly acknowledged. I know my place, unlike you.
Of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, and we are back with one of its stars, Ricky Martin. The series is riveting. I mean, you can't take your eyes off of it, but it was also very dark and intense to shoot, I'm sure. And I heard that you invited castmates over to the place you were staying in Miami when you were shooting to unwind. So what kind of things did you do to let the day go?
We were wearing high heels and just having something. Just kidding. Listen, it was a really intense moment for me as an actor, where I was locked in a room for maybe 3 days, getting into character, dealing with the fact that the scene, it was about me finding the body of who was my lover, and then being investigated by the FBI because there was a possibility of me being the criminal. So it was really dark. It is dark. It is a dark scene. It is a dark chapter. And then, if you know the fact that we're talking with Ryan Murphy, it takes it to a little bit to another place, because he loves playing with that. And then he would use my sadness and my fatigue as an actor to even push me even further. So for that, Ryan, thank you so much. But I know that I grew as an actor after these performances, and to be able to work with Penelope Cruz, I mean, she's an Oscar winner. She's an Oscar winner. And obviously, Darren Criss, Edgar, it's been a very beautiful experience, a very important story to be told. Unfortunately, and I always say this, it's not why he dies, it's not how he died, it's why we allowed it to happen. A gay man killing gay man, the FBI looked the other way and allowed it to happen. And that cannot happen.
No.
I'm being repetitive, but you have to be careful, because history tends to repeat itself, and it's not fair.
That's right.
It's not fair. But I'm very happy to be part of this show. We still have 4 more shows to go. It gets better. It gets really insane. It's very beautiful.
It is an incredible show.
Thank you.
We want to ask you your well, I'm also very excited that you're here. But you just released a single, and the fans are incredibly excited, and it's called Fiebre.
Fever.
Fever. Okay, Fever. Okay, good. I was like, I didn't want to mess it up. And you shot the video in Puerto Vallarta.
I would look for
How
any,
was that?
I would look for any excuse to down to the Pacific,
Right.
South Pacific, and shoot this video. And you know, the thing about what's happening now with the industry is that I don't have to lock myself in the studio for 8 months to record an album and be forced by the record company to be done by a specific time. Yes. Right now, and the way I did it last year with my previous album, I was in Australia. I felt like walking into the studio. Let's do it. If I was in Paris, the same. If I was in Argentina, the same. So I was influenced by all these cultures. I brought this into my music. Whenever I was done, I was done. And we released the album, and we got a Grammy. Yeah. And I said, why change was not broken? I'm going to do the same with this album, and this is what this single is about. It is going to be part of an album that is not out yet. So hopefully by the end of the year, you will be able to get my album with already 3 hits. So you're buying hits. Yeah. So it's really cool. It's part of it.
Real quick, Ricky. Real quick before we go, a lot of people probably don't know, you got your start in commercials, and your very first commercial was for an orange soda, and we have it.
No way.
Now, what do you remember about shooting this commercial? How cute are you?
Well, I was like, I was probably younger than my kids. I was probably 8 years old. I remember it was 4-day shoot, and I had to be up every day at 4 a.m. And we worked until I don't know. The unions were different. Now kids are not allowed to work.
And you
so
got
long.
paid?
I worked, but I got paid $1,300.
Wow.
Back then was really good, and still today is really good. And I would still get residuals for 9 months. It was great. I'm not complaining. I didn't complain.
We love it.
And I was not traumatized because we're still here.
There you are.
We're still
Yes,
doing
you are. Ricky Martin, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The assassination of Gianni Versace American Crime Story airs tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on FX. And we'll be right back.